Walkaround family, welcome back to another video. Today we have a 2025 Honda Civic Sport Touring Hybrid in Urban Gray Pearl with a black interior. Urban Gray Pearl is a new color for 2025 and it does replace Sonic Gray Pearl. Now the Sport Touring is the highest level you can get in the Honda Civic Hatchback. The base model will be a Sport, which is a 2-liter non-hybrid powertrain, Sport Hybrid. And above that, you have this Sport Touring Hybrid. So the LX model has been discontinued for 2025, but you can still get an LX on a sedan. You just can't get it on a hatchback. Starting off with the front fascia here, you do have the upgraded new front bumper and updated grille on the 25 Civics. No longer Sport Touring come with fog lights, but any model below the Sport Touring no longer have the fake little circles in the bumper either. You do have a bumper curtain on the lower portion of the bumper, flat black, some body colored on that lower portion. You do have flat black on the lower portion of the grille, wider opening, almost look like a mouth when you look at it. Gloss black on the grille. You have your chrome Honda emblem up front. You do have full LED headlamps, and that's standard on every Civic hatchback. So LED low beams that you can see I have on, they're on the outside. High beams in the middle. LED turn signals and LED daytime running lights. Inside the housing of the headlight is also black as well. This portion is body colored, sensors in the grille, and you have sensors in the bumper as well. You still overall though have the same design language as the 2024. So the overall body is still the same, even though you have the upgraded front bumper. From the side profile, you will notice the new rim design on the Sport Touring only. On the updated rims, these are 18s. They are machine finished alloys with matte gray inserts. I like the design, not too crazy, but still not too plain. Now the tires are 235/40 18 tires. This model does have a protection package, so you see the wheel locks, splash guards, and you will see the cargo tray in the trunk. Now the Urban Gray Pearl has a more goldish orange pearl to it versus Sonic Gray that had a more bluish greenish pearl to it. So I know this kind of flat gray is the crave now, and everyone have their own version of it. You do still have the updated windshield wipers that has a nozzle sprayer on the wipers itself, not like on the hood. You do have the wide windshield, slimmer A-pillars. You have the updated wider Honda sensing camera, and because this is a Sport Touring, you do have sensors for your automatic windshield wipers. The side mirrors are a gloss black, and down below is a flat black. You do have your turn signals integrated into the side mirror. Body color door handles around all of the windows is flat black. The pillars is flat black as well. And overall, not too much chrome on the Sport Touring because this is supposed to be kind of luxury but sporty at the same time. You do have a capless fuel filler in the back following the 24. You push, open that guy up. Technically, your cap is right here, and you don't have to worry about screwing nothing off. When you lock the Civic, it will lock that door, so no one can just open it. Coming along to the rear. Now the rear is a whole different design than the sedan. You can see the tail lights, placement, and everything is different. You can see that Urban Gray is popping with the pearl in there. You have a shark fin style antenna up above. It is body colored. You have your little nozzle for your rear wiper, and you have the actual rear wiper that is exposed. On the Integra, you cannot get a wiper at all, which is interesting. You do have a combination tail light, so the fronts are full LED, but the rear have LED kind of running lights, kind of like your brake lights are LED. Turn signals look like standard bulbs, and reverse lights look like they're standard bulbs. And your license plate light will be LED as well. And your third brake light is right here, which will be LED. And it almost connects all the way, but you can see there's a gap. It doesn't. You do have the Honda emblem in chrome right there in the rear, Civic in chrome, and Sport Touring in chrome, and then the hybrid badge in chrome. Because the hybrid is new for 2025, you can black that out through your dealership if you wanted to. On the lower portion of the bumper, you have your reflectors, you have your sensors in the bumper, kind of get this fake kind of diffused looking piece in the back. No exposed exhaust. You can see underneath, it's not dual zone because, it's not dual tips because this is not the turbo no more. This is the 2-liter with the hybrid powertrain. The 1.5 turbo is actually discontinued in the Civic. It's only in the SI now for 2025. Here is the key fob. You should be familiar with the key fob already. You have lock, you have unlock, you have remote start, standard on the key fob. So if you lock it and hold the circle, it'll flash one time like that, then you let go, and it'll flash 2 times, or 3 times actually, to let you know the car is running. Sometimes you won't even hear the engine turn on. And when you're done with it, you hold the circle, shuts right back off. Flash one time, let you know it's off. You have your bumper unlock there. It won't pop open the tailgate. By the way, I'm coming from a cold, so my voice sounds crazy or I'm saying wrong things. Slowly trying to get back to normal. But when you hit the trunk, it will unlock it so you can manually open the trunk. You can hold for your panic button, and then you have a button there because there is a key inside here for your emergency key to open the door. It's in the key fob itself. Blind spot monitoring is also standard on actually every Civic now because the LX is actually gone. So the Sport and up, and that's new for 25. The Sport now get blind spot, but Sport Hybrid, Sport Touring will have that standard because you have the smart key, you have smart entry. Type the lines right here. It will lock all the doors, and then put your hand in the door handle without pulling. It'll unlock the driver door. You can set it to unlock all 4 doors for the driver's side if you wanted to, but if you put your hand in the passenger door first, it will unlock all 4 doors by standard, or hit unlock twice, it will unlock all 4 doors. So take a look at the door card. This is the black interior, and you can see soft touch up here, some piano black here. This is actually hard right here, but this is soft here. Soft where it rests your elbow. You also have this kind of aluminum style door handle. It's not actual aluminum, but it looks nice. Power windows, auto up down for the fronts only. It would have been nice if they put it in the rear, but at least with the rear you can hold it up and down. You have power locks and power side mirrors. You have some storage in here. Speaker. Take a look at the driver's seat. You have an 8-way power adjustment, forward and back. For the back of the seat, you can go up. I always miss that one. Up and down, forward and back, and you can tilt this portion right here up and down. On the passenger side, you have a 4-way power adjustment, so forward and back, and you can adjust this back to the seat, forward and back. There's no up and down or no lumbar. Speaking of lumbar, if you want a lumbar for the driver's seat, you have to get an Integra. They don't have that in the Civic at all. But let's jump into the interior. Close the door up. Welcome to your Honda. I'm gonna move my seat back so you guys could see a little bit more in the interior here. Now, one thing about the Sport Touring is a big jump from the Sport Hybrid, especially when it comes to features. So on the left side of the steering wheel, you will have your air vent here. You can open and close, surrounded by piano black. You do have a dimmer switch here, and you have your traction control on and off down there. And you can pop the hood. It's like a little latch right there. The pedals, you have a normal dead pedal, plastic. Your gas and brakes actually sport pedals, which are nice. And coming back on the steering wheel, it is leather wrapped as well. Now you do have like white stitching all around there. Lower portion here is in silver, more piano black around the steering wheel. You have some controls on the left side and right side that's wrapped around piano black. Now let's go ahead and turn the car on. Foot on brake, push the button there. You have your power button back there, and it whirls to life because it is a hybrid. Now sometimes the engine will turn on, sometimes it won't. It really depends on how charged is your battery. On the left side of the steering wheel here, you have next track, you have previous, you have volume, you have voice command. If you hold it, it's Siri. You have your scroll wheel here that controls the left side of the pod here, because you do get a 10-inch customizable digital display. And on the right side here, you have your cruise control and some of your Honda sensing features as well. So you have cruise on and off, cancel, resume set. Here's the adjusted distances for your adaptive cruise control, and to turn on your lane keeping assist. Scroll wheel will control the right side of the display over there. Now, taking a look at your stock over here, you have off, auto, parking, and on for your headlamps, and you do have auto high beam standard, no fog light switch. On the right side, you will have mist. If you go straight up, off. You have auto, which is standard on the Sport Touring, which is rain sensing windshield wipers, and you have low and high. And then for the rear, you have off, intermediate, and on. You can see the wiper back there doing its thing. You have a plus and minus behind the steering wheel. On most Civics, you're probably used to having that to shift, because that'd be paddle shifters. And the hybrids, there to adjust your regenerative braking, you have 4 different levels to choose from. No one pedal driving though, but they are to slow down, and you can choose the different levels. Now on the left side of the pod, if I use the scroll wheel over here, you will have pretty much phone, FM, AM, USB, Bluetooth, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, Alexa is built in. You can customize the display, so here you can hide and show different apps, or you can remove the audio and clock from the left pod if you didn't want to view it and you just want a standard pod. So for example, if I go all the way back, I'll show you what it looks like with the time and audio. So the time's right in the middle, audio will be right there in the middle. On the right side, you have a lot more options on this guy. So you scroll, you do have no content, so you can view nothing if you don't want anything on there. You have customized display, so here you can hide and show different apps as well, like the left side. You can also change the gauge design. So right now it's in round, so you can see you have a standard round gauges. If you go to bar, it'll change them I meant to hit round again. You go to bar, it'll have your speedometer up and down and your power level up and down. And you can have round minimal and bar minimal as well, but I'm gonna leave it on round. It's nice that you can customize it, your display here. And like I said, it's 10 inches only standard on the Sport Touring. It's not available in the Sport Hybrid or the Sport. You get a 7-inch half digital, half analog display on those models. So here on PowerFlow, so one thing the Accord does is label like what screen you're on. The Civic don't label it, which is interesting. So you just gotta know what screen you're on. This is the PowerFlow, where it'll show you is the engine charging the battery, is the engine powering the wheels, is the electric motor powering the wheels, what's going on with your powertrain pretty much. You want to keep track. And then you have your range and fuel. So right now, this car has 18 miles on it, so it's already been driven, but the range right now is 438 miles to the tank, which is pretty nice. Don't worry about the average fuel because that's just on the parking lot or, you know, the dealer lot. But you have trip A, trip B, you can go through the options. You have time and speed for the engine. You have a built-in navigation, which is nice. If you have a destination, you can have turn-by-turn directions there. And your driver attention level, don't fill that up because the Civic's gonna warn you to pull over, take a break, and get some rest. Down below that, you have seatbelts. We got a seatbelts on, and oil life, which is your maintenance, and driver safety support. So this is where your safety features, you can turn some of them on and off, minus the ones on the steering wheel. So you can have road departure mitigation on and off, turn off the blind spot, mitigation, low speed braking control. That'll automatically stop you if you're going to bump into something at very low speeds. So a car, a wall, something like that. But be careful, if you have a bike rack, turn this off because every time you go in reverse, the car is gonna brake for you because it thinks you're gonna hit something, but it's just your bike rack. You have your parking sensors on and off, and your collision mitigation braking system. So your automatic braking, you could turn that on and off. And then down below, back to no content. I guess I'll leave it on no content for right now, but it's easy to read. You have your gas gauge on one side, battery gauge on the other side. You can see it's customizable. It's a nice place to be. You don't have to teach yourself to use this display at all. Take a look at your touchscreen display on the Sport Touring. It will be a 9-inch display. If you get a Sport Hybrid or a Sport, it will be a 7-inch display. This 9-inch will give you shortcuts, not shortcuts, but physical buttons on the left side. So you have home, back, you have your volume, power, next track, and previous. Everything else is touchscreen. Now, you do have shortcuts here that you can set up, and the Sport Touring will give you the Google built-in operating system. So it's different than the previous Sport Touring that you had, which was the Honda's native operating system. So because you have Google built in, you have Google Maps, you have the Play Store, and you have Google Assistant. So if you go to Google Maps, it will actually have like actual Google Maps on your display, which is nice. You don't have to pair your phone to Apple CarPlay or Android Auto to use this. This is built in. Not gonna wait for that thing to load up, but you do have phone, you have FM, you have the Play Store, so you go in there and download more apps to your display, which is nice. Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, still standard, and they're wireless on the Sport Touring. If you get a Sport Hybrid or a Sport, it's wired only. This one is wired and wireless. Alexa is built in, Google Assistant. So the way this works is, cannot connect, so Google's over here listening to me. You can say, hey Google, turn on my heated seats. Pretty much how it works. Hey Google, turn off my heated seats. So that's new for 2025, and that's only in the Sport Touring currently, which is a nice feature to have. But if you scroll over to the second page, you do have vehicle settings, general settings. So if we go to vehicle settings, you can see here you have the new menu. Oh, look at that. You even have the updated wheels for the Sport Touring. That's actually nice. So you have keyless access setup, door setup, and you have walkway auto lock, and you have the newer menu with this Google built-in system, which is nice. This is actually just like the Accord. If you're used to the Accord UI, that's what this actually looks just like. It probably is the same UI as the Accord, actually, now that I think about it. And then you do have climate control setup, maintenance. Oh, look at that. The avatar that they use is actually really nice compared to the previous UI that was in the Sport Touring. So I actually like that. But you do have Bluetooth back here, trip computer, USB, AM. You have power flow, just like I showed you on the display down there. This is going to show you what's powering the vehicle, what's charging, how much battery you have, things of that nature, what you're averaging as well. You have profile settings because you can have multiple profiles in your Civic now. So right now, I think I'm under just driver one or guest, but you can have multiple different names. Everyone can set up the Civic to exactly how they want it. And you do have Wi-Fi hotspot built in, which is a nice feature. Updated HondaLink. So now the Civic can get remote. Previously, The Civic had HondaLink, but not remote. So you had basic and link, but now with remote, you can remote start from your phone, lock it from your phone, unlock your car from your phone, get alerts from. So it's a cool feature that they have. It's a subscription based though, but you get it for free for like I think 3 months, and then Honda have you pay for it after. But it's like 110 a year or something like that. So it's a cool feature to have, especially if you buy one, because a free trial, you don't have to put your card in or anything like that. It'll just let you just use it for free for 3 months. But you have the display brightness there and a compass built in as well, system updates, back to all apps. But if you're used to the newest Honda, you're gonna be used to this UI. You have your Google microphone there, assistant microphone up there as well too. So I wonder if you hold the talk button, will it be, not hold it, I didn't mean to hold it. I mean, if you hold it, Siri, if you tap it once, let's see what happens. Yeah, it's Google Assistant. That's actually nice because the built-in voice command that Honda used to have, no one used it because it was just garbage. But down below your touchscreen display, you do have your air vent here. The Civics came out with this air vent back in 22. Still have the same design, and I love the clicks and how this feels. It feels very premium as it is there. Not a big fan of the piano black, but it is what it is. Now for your climate control down here, the Sport Touring will give you heated seats, but you don't get cooling. Only heated on the Sport Touring, and the Sport Hybrid will also give you heated with a cloth seating. You have high, medium, and low. High, medium, low for the passengers as well. And you do have a dual zone climate control, so driver and passenger, if you turn sync off, you can have 2 different temperatures if they wanted to. Let's put sync back on. Actually put the AC on. It's get a little toasty in here. You have your driver's temperature there, passengers there, the air fan on and off for the whole system, and then you have your air circulation, different modes, front defrost, heated back glass, and heated side mirrors, AC on and off. It's a simple climate control layout. You don't have to worry about it being on the screen. You don't got to teach yourself to use this. You can look, know where everything is. That's what I love about Hondas. Now, down below, you have 2 USB-C ports because USB-A is gone. Throw away USB-A wire. You do have a power outlet as well, so don't throw away your wire because you might have an adapter for that guy. But if you want to use wired Apple CarPlay Android Auto, you plug into the first one. The second one's only for charging. The Sport Touring also will give you a wireless phone charging mat, which is nice. I think it's a 15 watt, so don't charge the fastest, but it works if you want a quick juice. And down below that, you have the shifter that's leather wrapped, just like the steering wheel, and it feels good to the hand. You have park, reverse, neutral, and drive. And I'm putting reverse so you guys can see the backup camera. No 360 on the Sport Touring, but you do have Honda's multi-angle backup camera. So we're in the wide angle right now. You have normal, and you have, see, it's not as wide anymore, and you have top down, so looking directly down. And then you have cross traffic on and off. You can also make the picture smaller and have a radar around your Civic as well. And you have brightness. You turn the wheel, it is trajectory, so it'll turn for you. And remember, you have parking sensors, so it'll beep at you when you get close to ending as well. And the cross traffic actually works with the blind spot. That's why it beeps in the rear. Put that guy back in the park. You do have different drive modes. So you have sport, you have normal, you have econ, and you have individual. In individual, you're able to customize your drive mode. So if I go to customize, you have powertrain. You can either make that guy econ, normal, or sport. You have steering, which is sport. You have engine sound. So I think that's the pumped in audio, normal, sport. And then you have gauge, it's normal, sport as well. So it's nice that Honda give you some customizations you can do for your drive. And like I said, you go back to sport, everything will be in sport. Normal is what mostly everyone either drives in, or in econ, which give you the best gas mileage as well. Blank button down here because you don't need an auto engine stop button because it does it automatically. It's hybrid. It's seamless going from electric to engine. This powertrain work together very nicely. You have an electronic parking brake. You do have brake hold, so if you're in drive, it'll hold your brake for you. It's a cool feature. And you have your cup holders here. I love that it's not piano black and just a textured material, but it just feels good. This will last a lot longer than if it was piano black. You do have your armrest here that is soft touch, white stitched, and you do have a tray in here, and then no plugins, just a mat, and that's it. Put that back and close this back up. Come along to your glove box. Your glove box is not lockable, but it is damp, so it opens slowly. It's not lined with felt, but it is a bin style. And up above your touchscreen display, you have your rear mirror, and HomeLink is no longer standard. So 24, Sport Touring had HomeLink standard. Now, I don't think you can even add it as an accessory anymore, because I think what Honda wants you to do is to use MyQ in your Apple CarPlay Android Auto, where you have it built in into the system instead of the physical buttons. But we're gonna double check the brochure, or no, when we build one, but I don't think you can get HondaLink anymore. So they started out in the HRV, and now they're slowly, I guess, going to do it to all the other cars. But at least you get auto dim in standard, though. You do have LED lighting throughout the interior. That's standard. And then you do have a one-touch power moonroof. Now every hatchback has a moonroof, so because that base model LX is gone. If you push it straight up, it'll ventilate as well, just like that. And then Ford will always close it back, and you have to manually close the shade back. You have this new emergency button. You flip this guy open. Ford Touring will give you a black headliner. Let's take a look at the visors now. And you do have a lighting. It's not LED, but at least you get a lighting with a mirror. Passenger also will give you a lighting as well with a mirror. The Sport Touring also will give you a Bose sound system, so you can't forget about that. It's a 12-speaker sound system, premium sound, including a subwoofer. Let's jump out of here and get into the rear seats. This is how wide the rear doors open. And the rear door card touch. Got piano black back here. This is soft, that's hard. This is soft too, but it's not as soft as the front. You do have your same style door handle, tweeter, and you do have your power window switch, cup holder, speaker down below. Let's actually jump into the rear. I'm sitting behind the driver's seat. I have the seat all the way back, and I still have inches behind myself, which is nice. That's why you get a Civic. Civic is still pretty spacious for, you know, the size that it is. There's no mat pocket behind the driver. You do get one behind the passenger, but no air vents and no USB-Cs. So that's interesting. I think a lot of people complain about not having that. Also, the back seats are not heated. The 10th generation Tourings had heated back seats. Not sure why it's no longer in the Civic. But if you're looking back here, you do have a foldable armrest. It's soft touch, and you do have cup holders as well. And then you have your seat belts here. Let me unplug that guy. You do have your tethers for your car seats or your booster seats, but you have to pull this flat back, and you can see it's right there. Oh, it's like a Velcro strap that goes back in there. Nice place to be back here. You do get a little bit more headroom back here because it's the slope is a hatchback versus a sedan. You do have your LED lighting here. The moonroof eat into your headspace, but there's like a little indent right here, kind of help you out. But there's no adjusting the headrest or anything like that. Now, coming on to the rear, this is the reason why you get a hatchback over the sedan. It's not power, you know, you have to lift it up, but wide opening, plenty of room back here. Because this one has a protection package, it has the cargo tray. You guys can see that here. You get your carpet floor mats, front license plate also comes with your Civic. You do have your subwoofer looking back here. You do have this guy that you can come across, hide the stuff that's in your trunk. It's a two-piece, so this is on the window. You can remove this if you wanted to, but this plus this, so no one can see what's in your trunk. And then if you look underneath the floor, because this is a hybrid, you get a flat fixed kit, no spare tire on the Sport Touring hybrid. The turbo 1.5 Sport Touring came with a spare tire, but on the hybrids now, this is interesting, like this piece that they use. Like, I'm sure this can come out and be used for maybe you can put a spare tire back there, but it used to be a lot easier to see in the wheel well, like the Accord hybrids. But that's interesting that they put this big thing in there. So I'm sure you can take all of this out and put a spare tire back here still. But you know, hybrids, manufacturers are chasing high gas mileage, and you can do that by saving weight, and you can save weight by getting rid of the spare tire, pretty much. Now let's put this guy back. The seats do fold down. They're 60-40. You have the little toggle on the shoulder. It's easier from the back if you're like around the back door, but you can still pull this guy, drop it down. And they do fold almost flat, but I know that passenger seat is kind of up there. But look how much room you get back here. This is why you get the hatchback over the sedan. Plenty of room, wide opening. But let's jump out of here and let's take a look at the brochure, build this guy out, show you some color combinations you can get in the Sport Touring. You made it this far in the video. I appreciate you because, like I said, this video wasn't the easiest one to make. I'm coming over a cold, and throughout the video I was coughing like crazy. Super hard video to make, but the show must go on. So today we're taking a look at a 2025 Honda Civic Sport Touring hybrid hatchback. The fact that we have a hybrids now is just long overdue. I have customers asking me, when are you guys gonna get a hybrid Civic? Hybrid Civic, hybrid Civic. Here it is. So 3 different levels you can see there. We're gonna jump right to the Sport Touring, which adds to our upgrade sport hybrid features. The first thing on the list is the 4-mode drive system: ECON, normal, sport, and individual. I think that's new for 25. The individual mode as well, because I think that size had that. Perforated leather trim seats. This is the only way to get leather, because the sport and sport hybrid is cloth only. You have a driver's seat with 8-way power adjustment, front passenger seat with a 4-way power adjustment, ambient lighting. I haven't drove this at night, so I haven't noticed any ambient lighting, so that's interesting. 10.2-inch digital instrument cluster, 9-inch color touchscreen with volume knob and customizable settings. The Bose premium sound system with 12 speakers, including subwoofer, a reason why you probably get the Sport Touring or the leather. HD radio, and this too, the wireless phone charger. Well, not really that, but the wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. It's probably another reason why you will want to get a Sport Touring hatchback. Google built in, a big reason. Alexa built in. You have HondaLink subscription. I was wondering when Honda's gonna put in the remote, because every car has HondaLink, but there's 3 different packages. You have I think you have basic, link, and remote. And Civics haven't had a remote in a while, so I'm glad that you finally can get that on the Sport Touring. And I'm working on a HondaLink video. Give me some time. Built-in Wi-Fi hotspot capability, parking sensors front and rear. You have rain sensing windshield wipers, 18-inch machine finish alloy wheels with matte shark ray inserts, low speed braking control, heated gloss black power side mirrors with integrated LED turn signals, automatic dimming rear view mirror, and a sunglass holder. Now, I didn't show that off in the video, but I did make a TikTok, YouTube shorts, and reels, and all that stuff like that. So you guys will see that eventually. But yeah, I missed the sunglass holder. But let's jump in. Let's go build one up. Now, actually, I didn't even mean to go on the hybrid only. I want to show you guys all the hatchbacks, so you can show you can build one up. It's interesting that they have a Civic hybrid where it just shows the 2 hybrids, or a Civic hatchback where it shows all 3. They might as well just keep this one. But yeah, you have the Sport, which is LX is gone. Sport is the new base model. And then for hybrid, you have a Sport hybrid and a Sport Touring hybrid. So let's jump into the Sport Touring. I already did a Sport and a Sport hybrid already. Check those videos out. Now let's look at the powertrain. This is a beautiful powertrain because Honda's used this for a while. The Accord have it, the CR-V have it. But to put this in the smaller Civic chassis is just like an ideal car. The engine by itself don't make 200 horsepower. I think the engine by itself makes 140 some horsepower, something like that, and the rest is from the electric motor. So combined, it is 200 horsepower. A lot of people was complaining about the SI, like how the SI makes 200 horsepower when the hybrid makes 200 horsepower. The SI is a complete different driving car. Like, go drive an SI and go drive one of these. These are fun to drive. You got the torque is fast. But there's nothing like having a manual transmission. And you can tell how old someone is, though, if they're complaining about a 200 horsepower SI versus this and saying, oh, it's the same power, this is faster. You know, if you really know cars, you know. But you have 232 foot-pound of torque, which is really good. And then, of course, the ECVT with sport mode, 50 city, 45 highway, 48 combined. So you have 200 horsepower and you have 48 miles per gallon. It's just like a crazy combo. And this thing is a hatchback. It's like a no-brainer car to grab, especially with all the tech that you get in the Sport Touring. But let's jump in and look at some color combinations. So you have crystal black pearl, which only come in black leather. You have meteorite gray metallic, which comes in black leather or gray leather, which is nice. I'm glad they didn't just make it black interior only, because usually Sport Touring, well, I guess the CR-V Sport Touring also has a gray interior, so. But the Sports and Sport Ls usually is like a black interior only. You have Rally Red, which only comes with black interior. You have Solar Silver Metallic, which is a new color, by the way. Replaces Lunar Silver. Only comes with black leather. And then you have your premium colors. So you have 4 premium colors. You have Boost Blue Pearl, which I believe this only came in black interior in 24. Now you can get Boost Blue Pearl with gray interior. I'm shocked that Honda did this. This is so not Honda. Honda doesn't do that. So I'm shocked they did that. You have Platinum White Pearl, which you can get gray or black interior, which that's traditional. You have a new Sand Dune Pearl. So I do have this color in a Sport. Since I already went over a Sport, I'm going to make a TikTok going over this color. Do not look at this color in the computer and be like, oh, it's just brown. And it's almost gold in person. And there's a pearl to it too. It's like, it's a very interesting color. But it's not like Sandstorm that used to be on the CR-V, or like Quicksand that used to be on the Tacoma or something like that. It's actually a really nice color. Like, it looks gold. Like, you guys gotta see that in person. But not like Champagne Frost. I remember Champagne Frost used to come on the Accords. It's not like that either. It's a unique color. And that only comes with black interior. And then you have Urban Gray Pearl, which we just did just now, which only comes in black interior. Let's look at the wheels options that you have. You do have these 18-inch black coil alloy wheels. Customer that bought a Sport Touring and added these wheels, beautiful in person. I was gonna make a short on it too, but the car sold too fast. In my opinion, an attractive extra wheel that you can add, but these are fire. These are fire. Every Civic video I did so far, when I mention these, I have to just let you know it's actually a good design. Like, look at this. This thing looks nice. Look at that. Especially in the urban gray. That's fire. That is fire. I like those wheels. If I was in the market, I would definitely buy those wheels. Let's look at the packages you can add to your Civic. So this is different too. This like this logo thing. They show you all of the accessories you add. So you have all season protection package 1, which come with all seasons, splash guards, and cargo tray. You have all season protection package 2, come with all seasons, cargo tray, wheel locks, and then just a regular protection package, cargo tray, splash guards, and wheel locks. So those are your 3 accessories you can get. Let's look at the electronics, engine block heater. We knew that already. And then interior, kind of not a lot of options. You have all seasons, cargo nets, cargo tray, come in handy. I recommend cargo tray. Door sill protection, illuminated first aid kit, rear passenger window shades, and seat back protectors, which are nice as well. Let's take a look at the exterior. Unlike the sedan, you can add roof racks to the hatchback, and I actually made a short about that, so check that on this channel. But you have a bike attachment with the whole frame. You have the body side molding, door edge film, door edge guards, door handle film, door visors. I really love these. I need to add these to my car. But you have blacked out emblems you can get. You can black out the hybrid, and you can black out the sport. But Honda always does it where the touring is not blacked out. I don't know why. The 24 did the same thing, 23, 22. You can black out sport, but not touring. So it's pretty interesting. You have the kayak attachment, move visor, rear bumper protector, roof basket, because you can have crossbars, so you can have all the baskets on there. I guess Honda calls it a roof rack, not crossbars. And you have a snow attachment, surfboard, pretty cool splash guard set. You can add a tailgate spoiler, which a lot of people add this as an accessory. It does make the hatchback less bubbly in the rear. I actually like his body color. It's a nice thing to add. There's no HBD package. You can just choose. You have to add everything separate. So HBD wing, technically. You have the underbody rear spoiler, part of the HBD package technically, and you don't get side skirts on the hatchback because the hatchback already get its own side skirt. That's what the SI actually got new for 2025. Valve stem caps, wheel locks, and wheel lug nuts. So let's make sure I don't have this on. Oh, I didn't have it on. Let's put it back on. Let's jump into the pricing. So let me make sure I have everything correct. Okay, so base price is $32,950. You don't pay more for the motor. Urban Gray Pearl is $455 extra charge. Black leather, you don't pay anything for that. Destination handling is $1095. You're looking at $34,500 MSRP. $34,500 though, you do get a lot of car for the money. You get all the latest tech. You get a hatchback. You get a hybrid. You get almost 50 miles per gallon. I mean, it's just a no-brainer. 200 horsepower. The car's not slow. It's really a fun car to drive. I recommend you guys go out and drive one if you can find one. I'm gonna end everything here. Drop a comment below what you think about the Civic and sport touring hatchback. You know, do you have one? Do you rather get the sport hybrid? You rather just get a sport? You want a hybrid? What you think about it? Did you buy something else? Make sure you check out my other Civic videos as well. Thank you for watching. I'm gonna catch you in the next walk around.